always has to be a shot at somebody.
I know.
They're never clean.
They have to run. That's the only shot they have.
They do it for 82 games. We're about to find out.
He already has shown what he's capable of.
Did surprise me. I thought we were going to hang in there.
This makes me think that we do need to be humble.
I actually think you're the only one who deserved that beating.
What's up, everyone? This is Noa Dalzell, and I'm with Bobby Manning at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans.
We didn't get any smoothies. I was so bummed.
Do they have smoothies here?
Christian got one. Abby got one. I'm pretty sure they didn't bring them up to the upper deck here.
And I love smoothies. So Celtics win 122-90, first win of the season. To me, it feels like they just won the championship.
What?
Because we needed
That's such
a win.
a Noah thing to say.
We needed a win so bad in this building. Like, the locker room was so loud afterwards. Jaylen Brown was grinning ear to ear. Like, you
Luke
could feel.
came up.
Luke came up. Jaylen Brown said Luke Cornett is an all-star in all of our hearts. Bobby, how did you feel in that moment?
Oh, I was... Because he started rattling off the names of the guys who left.
Because they were all actual former All-Stars.
And
KP,
he almost left out Luke. And I think Abby reminded him, and he was like, oh, yeah, you can't forget Luke. Luke has played the best of the Bayern players, by the way, but that's a story for another day.
We can save that for a different show.
Yeah.
But 122-90 win. They outscored. Massive fourth quarter run here. Anthony Simons, best game as a Celtic. Luka Garza, best game as a Celtic.
The bench closed it.
Yeah, Josh Minot. Like, you go down the list, you understand why they came away with a blowout win. But we want to talk about one guy who I think made a massive impact in this game and is going to continue to be one of the most important players on this team. And that's Neemias Queta, who you got a chance to talk to after the game.
Yeah, and I think he carried and took the blame for some of the rebounding issues they've had. And when you look at the film, like, it is him in certain spots. He is the biggest guy on the floor. He's close to the rim. So he's obviously going to hear and, take on the responsibility of their biggest issue as a team so far, which is the rebounding. But he responded in a good way to tonight. And, I think Joe said that they're going to have to make up for it by offensive rebounding on the other side of the floor, and he grabbed 7 of them here, which is a massive number. I thought he had some good rim runs in this game. The screening's been quality. I feel like his consistency on a play-to-play basis does come and go a little bit, but he's just so much better than the other options that they have out here. And it was interesting to hear him reflect after the game. Here's what he said.
I think it's more about like staying solid. It's a long year, a lot of good moments, a lot of bad moments too, but staying even killed. I think that's key in this league. Being able to fluctuate between your emotions and how the game goes, and it's a game of runs, so you got to be ready for anything. And like I said, it's all about staying even killed, because this game will humble you, and you just gotta stay playing the same way.
How do you feel like you've handled that so far?
I think I've handled it pretty well. As good as you can imagine, and like I said, I'm still growing in this role. I'm learning how to adjust to all this stuff, but I'm definitely satisfied with the way I've been handling these emotions and how the game be going. It's really good to have these moments, and I'm just trying to embrace them, because it's like I said, it's surreal. Looking back in the I wouldn't think I would be in this position, but like I said, I gotta embrace it and make the best out of it.
So I think the reality that fans are going to have to accept and understand is that he has not been in this spot before. He was their 4th center last year. Like, he very rarely got in the mix. And so there's going to be a learning curve. It's not going to be perfect, and it hasn't been perfect through 4 games. But he's also done a lot of things really well, and he's had one of the best net ratings on this team through 4 games. Tonight, I thought he was prolific. He did what he had to do. Like, if you can get that from him on a regular basis, you are in good shape.
So what do you like, Mark? You've been high on his play throughout, and I think that impressed me too, is the fact that he has started every game and he's held on to that spot. That hasn't been the case at the 4 next to him, where it's been Hauser and Minot and Ugo. It feels like Kate is their everyday center now. And what has impressed you most about his ability to do that?
I think his activity, it hasn't always been perfect. Sometimes he misses the rebound, and that's going to just grow with time. And he doesn't have, like, the greatest hands in the world, but if he did, he'd be an all-star, right? But he's been so active. Like, he had 4 blocks in this game. He alters shots. He's playing really hard. That's the part that I don't want that to get lost. Like, when there are critiques about Queta's performances, it's not that he's not playing hard. He is leaving it all out there, but he's just I think he's just adjusting to the responsibilities that come with being the anchor on a team. And it's not like it's just him. There's a lot of adjustments happening, so it's making it even more complicated. What I would like to see from him is being a little bit more of like a lob threat. And like he had 6 points in this one. You know, in general, can he be somebody that they go to a little bit more offensively? But if he can get 7 offensive rebounds, and he kicked out a few of them, that's what they really missed. Like, I think about Luke Cornett, I think about Al Horford. What made those guys so awesome for this team, even when they only had 5 or 6 points in a given night? It's the fact that they were connectors, and they immediately got the rebound and kicked it out to the right guy. He had one play where he kicked it out to Sam Hauser in the corner. Sam missed, but it was like so perfectly executed. It could have been Al, and Joe was like really pumped up about it on the sidelines because he's playing that role. So there's been a lot of good things from Neemias Queta's first 4 games, and we're going to focus on the negatives when it was 0-3, but I think we need to kind of take it all for what it is and recognize that this is like the first time in his career that he's really doing this.
I love it. 2 Luke mentions in the same video, and he is the new Luke. If someone asked me going into this year, who's the new Luke, and it's Queta, and that was never a debate for me last year. I loved both those guys. I love the differences in their games, their strengths, and the way that they impact the game uniquely. And he does have an above-the-rim game. He does have a rim protection layer to his impact on the defensive side of the floor. And he does have an eye. Like you mentioned the passing that we saw from him in this one. I love the rim protection at times, just standing up the Pelican centers. He won that battle with those guys today, and they've been waiting to win that positional battle pretty much across all their games so far, and he finally went out there and did it tonight. And you hear him in our interview with him tonight too say, yeah, I didn't expect to be in this position, and there is some element of that too, and Joe's talked about it, that he has a standard that he's only beginning to understand and live up to, and they've pushed him toward that, and I love the fact that they've believed in him through met some highs and lows to start the year here, but the highs have been great, and he is, I'd say, among the role players and the unproven guys in particular, their brightest spot so far, the guy who has contributed the most out of the guys who aren't Brown, White, and Pritchard. And he might be their most important X factor.
Exactly. Like if he can get it together, like, and when we talked about win projections, it was so hard to predict how good this team was going to be because of the front court. We all talked about it, right? It's an unproven trio of players between him, Luka Garza, and Xavier Tillman. Very little NBA on-court experience, especially in recent years. And we knew Neemias Queta was going to have the edge there, and that this team believes in him, but nobody really knew how it was going to go. I don't think he really knows how it was going to go. I don't think Joe Mazzulla knows. And I'm not going to pretend to sit here after 4 games and say I now know exactly what the Neemias Queta experience is going to look like all year.
I mean, Wednesday's
but
got
we have
Allen
seen,
and
yeah,
Mobley.
we've seen some good flashes, and that's what you're working with. And the difference between a mediocre player and a really good player is consistency, and that's the part that we have to kind of see how that plays out. But very good outing for him here in New Orleans, and he's a massive reason why they are finally in the win column, which I think this team desperately needed. They said that they're fine with, they understand the process and they're inching closer to it, but they want to win while they're learning, and I think you saw that tonight.
They needed it, and the path doesn't get any easier for them or Queta. It's Allen and Mobley on Wednesday. It's the Şengün Adams thing on Saturday, and Embiid again on Friday. So the tests come fast and furious. That's been the test for him this year, is can you do it every single night? And this is a good one to build off if they are going to continue this winning streak, if they can make it that on Wednesday.
So that's it for us here from New Orleans. We have more coverage coming Wednesday back in Cleveland, Friday Philadelphia, back in Boston.
You can go to Cleveland.
No, I don't want to go to Cleveland. I want to go home. Back in Boston Wednesday, Friday in Philadelphia, and then Saturday, second night of a back-to-back against Houston. So the center challenges are only going to continue. He has his hands full. The Celtics have their hands full, but they are finally in the win column with a 122-90 win over the Pelicans. That's it for now.